Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're talking about something really important, something that could directly affect your finances and your future, especially if you or someone you know relies on Social Security benefits. There's a new bill on the horizon that might just increase those benefits, and it's not just a small tweak, this could be a big deal for millions of Americans. Whether you're already retired, planning for retirement, or simply trying to stay informed, this is something you need to know about. So, what exactly is going on? Well, there's a bipartisan bill that aims to eliminate two provisions in the Social Security system that have been reducing benefits for certain groups of people, particularly public servants like teachers, firefighters, and police officers. These provisions, known as the Windfall Elimination Provision, or WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, or GPO, have been in place for over 40 years, and they've significantly cut into the Social Security benefits of millions of people who have served their communities. And the new bill, known as the Social Security Fairness Act, is aiming to right this wrong. Now, you might be wondering, why is this so important? Well, if you're someone who worked in a government job that didn't pay into Social Security, or if you're married to someone who did, your benefits might be reduced. That's because WEP and GPO lower the amount you receive if you're also getting a public pension. This can be a real financial burden, especially for those who are counting on every dollar in retirement. The proposed changes could mean a significant increase in benefits for those affected, which is why this bill has gained so much support. But let's break this down a bit more, so it's clear. The Windfall Elimination Provision, or WEP, affects people who have worked in both the private sector and a government job where Social Security wasn't included as part of their retirement plan. What WEP does is it reduces your Social Security benefits based on a formula that can take a sizable chunk out of what you'd normally receive. For example, let's say you worked as a teacher for 30 years, but you also had part-time jobs in the private sector where you paid into Social Security. WEP could reduce the Social Security benefits you get from those part-time jobs simply because you also have a government pension. It's a policy that's left many retirees feeling shortchanged. The other provision, the Government Pension Offset, or GPO, is a bit different. This one primarily affects spousal and survivor benefits. So, if your spouse worked in a government job that didn't pay into Social Security and you're entitled to spousal benefits based on their work record, GPO can reduce those benefits by 2/3. For example, if you're supposed to receive $900 a month as a spousal benefit, GPO could reduce that amount to just $300, which is a huge difference, especially if you're relying on that income. And this has left many surviving spouses struggling to make ends meet. So then, what exactly does this new bill propose to do? It's pretty straightforward. It wants to eliminate both WEP and GPO entirely. That means if the bill passes, those reductions would no longer apply, and your Social Security benefits would increase to what they should be, based on the contributions you've made. For the roughly 2.8 million people currently affected by these provisions, this could be life-changing. And the support for this bill is growing. Right now, there are over 300 co-sponsors in the House of Representatives, which means it's got a good shot at making it to a vote. The goal is to gather enough signatures to force a vote on the House floor, which could happen soon. This kind of bipartisan support is encouraging because it shows that there's a real appetite for fixing this issue, and it's not just talk, it's action. Now, you might be asking, what are the chances this bill actually becomes law? Well, while it's impossible to say for sure, the fact that it has such widespread support is a good sign. But, as with any legislation, there are no guarantees. That's why it's so important to stay informed and engaged with what's happening. This isn't just about policy, it's about real people's lives and their financial security. And, what if the bill doesn't pass? That's a question on many people's minds. Even though this bill has a lot of support, it's always possible that it could get stalled or face opposition. If that happens, it doesn't mean the end of the road, but it would likely mean that the fight to repeal WEP and GPO would continue, with supporters having to regroup and push forward again. But the conversation has started, and that's a crucial first step. What's more, if you or someone you know is impacted by these provisions, it might be worth taking a closer look at your financial situation and planning accordingly. Changes like this can take time, and even if the bill passes, it won't happen overnight. So, keep an eye on your retirement planning to make sure you're on the right track. And also, if this issue affects you directly, you might want to reach out to your local representatives to express your support for the bill. Public pressure can make a big difference, and the more voices that are heard, the better the chances of getting this passed. But before we wrap up, let's talk about the bigger picture for a moment. Social Security is a crucial part of the safety net for millions of Americans. However, it's no secret that the system is under financial pressure, and there have been ongoing debates about how to keep it solvent for future generations. This bill, while addressing an important issue, is just one piece of the puzzle. As we move forward, we're likely to see more discussions and proposals aimed at reforming Social Security, so it's important to stay informed and be prepared for what might come next. Well, thanks for sticking with me through this discussion. I know that Social Security can be a bit complex, but it's so important to understand these issues because they directly impact your financial well-being. If you found this information helpful, consider sharing it with others who might benefit from it. Also, let me know in the comments how WEP and GPO have affected you or someone you know. Your stories are powerful, and sharing them can help build awareness and support for this bill. And next, please subscribe button if you haven't already, so you can stay up to date with the latest information on Social Security and other personal finance topics. Remember, staying informed is the first step to taking control of your financial future. So, until next time, take care, stay informed, and keep planning for a secure retirement.